We're gonna do a Stonecreek lumber contract rail trail. This railway station will resume its work any time now, and we already got a few orders. Please make the deliveries and we'll pay. We need 2 loads of medium log and 4 loads of long log. Log loader crane is recommended. Okay, we're tracking it. Let's check these log stations and see what they have. This one has what we need. Let's put some marks on the map. That should do it. I have the Mack Pinnacle with a medium log frame on it and a log frame. It has engageable diff locks but not all-wheel drive. But I'm going to bring another Mack truck and we're going to convoy. I'll just wait here with this one. The Mack Terrapro. It has a log crane and log carrier half for long log. I'm going to just stop over here and grab a log carrier rear from the trailer store. Okay, that's what we need. It might be a little difficult without all-wheel drive, but we should have plenty of winch points, and if we run out of winch points, we have the TUS 420. Okay, we're ready to start a convoy now. Okay, let's go get some logs. Both of these trucks are new to the game. They've only been out a couple days. This truck could have had a roof rack, but you can't have it with the log crane at the same time. And I think this is the only heavy truck that don't have all-wheel drive. I think the pros outweigh the cons. We got the TUS 420, like I said. If we get stuck, we'll pull it through with it. But I can fit a whole lot of loads on this thing here by overloading it. You know, don't pack your load, just put 3 at a time in, and then every 3 makes a load. I think these 2 trucks might make a great logging team. You might need to keep the TUS 420 close by, but you should be able to fill up with whatever amount of logs you need in one trip. It struggles a little bit into rocks without all-wheel drive. We're going to stop up here and top off at the fuel station, and I'm going to move this truck up a little ways and come back and get the other one so we don't hit all the poles in the way. Oops, you can't take off in high gear. This should be far enough. Let's top off the Terrapro and get it over here. This place sure doesn't get a lot of rain. This part might be a little difficult because it has rocks in it. Since these trucks are new, there is a possibility that they will release some all-wheel drive upgrades for them in the future. They did that with a Western Star Twin Steer 6900. It was a pretty good truck even without all-wheel drive, but whenever they released the all-wheel drive, it just made it awesome. Okay, here comes the rocks. If this thing had a load on it, it would already be tipped. I'm just going to have to bring them through here one at a time and reconnect them on the other end. I still have the OG Caterpillar over at the railway station with a fuel tank on it, so we don't really have to worry about using up a lot of fuel getting up this hill. We would have never gotten around the other way because of that deep water. Even the Azov Antarctic might have a little trouble in that area. It's not just deep water, it's almost impossible to drive through it with a normal truck, because it's full of giant rocks and they're underwater and you can't see where they're at. This is actually the off-road version of the Mack. The one behind me is the highway version, but it has bigger tires and permanently locked differentials. The tires are only bigger by an inch or two, but still, I guess it doesn't really matter as long as you don't go rock crawling with it. And if you don't try to go splashing around in the swamp with it. We're hung on a rock. I'm gonna grab that other truck. The Terrapro. When I get this thing loose, I'm just gonna go on around these rocks. This lock frame is pretty heavy. If I can just get up on that grass, I'll be alright. There ain't no sense in rock crawling when you can just go around the whole thing. It looks like there might be a road there to our left. An unused road. Well, that was quick and easy. Let's go get those logs. This road ain't too bad if you can get around the rock. It's just that one section. Now we know we can just go around all of it. These logs over here are all limited supply. I'm going to see if it'll get traction in auto. It probably won't without diff locks. It was bouncing too bad in auto. You can't get traction when the wheels are off the ground. If you don't have differential lock, you really ain't going to do any good. The Pinnacle highway Mack might do a little better than auto because it has permanent diff lock. I'm going to have to use the winch here. Let's grab the Terrapro. We just have one rough section to get across once we cross the tracks here. The highway truck crossed the tracks better than the off-road truck. This road is the shortest distance. I don't know if it's the best road or not. This road's full of obstacles. I can't tow through this. There's probably a better way up here. There's just too many big rocks in this. I'm pretty sure we should have came a different way. The winch ain't doing it. We'll probably have to pull this one out with a TUS 420. I'm gonna see if I can get around the water hole with that other truck. We're hung up on a big rock. I did not mean to do that. Okay, now I have to go get the TUS 420. The TUS 420 can pull you out of a lot of bad situations. We won't be going the same way after we get those trailers loaded. There's a much better road going behind that road that comes out right beside of the railway station. I probably could have came that way, but it seemed a little bit counterintuitive at the time. I was just pretty much looking for the closest route, but now we know the closest route is probably not the best route. You don't ever want to start doing any rock crawling with a Mack truck. But if you do get stuck in the rock, the TUS 420 can get you out. I pretty much know the way there by heart without marking it, but I've been known to get sidetracked, so I usually just try to make a habit of marking it anyway. It just takes a little bit of time to mark it, and if you get sidetracked, it might cost you a whole lot of time, depending on what kind of terrain and vehicle you have. We did a rolling refuel. That was quicker than NASCAR. It doesn't take this thing long to get up that hill. I could take it up the high side, but I'm going to go right through the middle. I don't remember going down that road there, at least not from this direction. I'm sure we'll be using that road in the future. That's the railroad track. It didn't take long at all to get here, and this thing will definitely make our logging a lot quicker. That water might be deep enough to drown out the TUS 420. We'll just pull this thing back up on its wheels. If you see that time lapse, I thought I had this thing paused and I accidentally hit the map button. I had to run. Had to cut that part out. I just gotta pull it up onto the level. It tipped over again. Now we can start the engine back up. Just a little bit farther. That would almost stay. That will stay right there. I'll just shut this thing off and drive that thing on over to get loaded. It was trying to tip over. This truck does really good in auto because of the permanent diff locks. I see the log. Let's look at this turning situation. I'll have to drive over here and detach the rear attachment and turn it around and then hook it back up. Let's snag that with a winch. I'm going to try to straighten that up just a little. That'll work. I'm going to go ahead and pull that other truck up here. I jumped to the wrong truck. I'm not pulling this one up the steep part. It's not really necessary because it's not flipped yet. If I hadn't have pulled that other truck up this way, I would have had to drag it. This time we'll just use the road. If they would give us bulldozers, graders, and gravel trucks, it would be great. There are a lot of roads that just have one or two little bad spots in it. It wouldn't take long at all to fix it up. It would be bad though to fix it up and then when you leave the map it all resets and goes back to normal again. That's what happens whenever you tear a road up real bad and leave the map. When you come back it's fresh and new. I'm sure they will eventually release an all-wheel drive kit for these Mack trucks. They've released DLC trucks before, and then later on you can get an all-wheel drive upgrade for them. There are lock stations all over this map. This just happens to be the closest one to where we need to take it that has what we need. I'll just leave the TUS 420 sitting right here. They only have 6 logs and I thought they had 6 loads. We'll have to get 2 loads from somewhere else. Let's get the anchor down and get these logs loaded. We could have hauled all 4 loads on here, but they only had 2 of them. It's getting dark. I'm going to change the time. That's better. We'll just go to that other lock station that's closest to the railway station, if they have them. But I'm going to go ahead and take this load in. This is about how many we usually haul in a sideboard semi. I'm pretty sure though we could haul 4 or 5 loads in this thing if we ever get a contract that needs them and have a place that has all of them. I'm going to mark this path. That should do it. This road might be a whole lot better than that other one. I might could fit 8 loads of logs on this thing. I probably should have stayed on the high side, but I'm gonna go down here and hit that mark because I don't want to remark it. I have a log sticking out. I'm probably gonna have to stop and fix that. Yeah, I'm gonna slide that thing back onto the trailer. Let's see what that will do if I leave the crane on it. I suspect it might hinder my turning. I'm gonna need a winch. It might be a little bit slow, but it can do it. I'm gonna put that log train away because it's just doing what I thought it would do. It's hindering my steering. It's having a hard time. We're pulling a whole lot of weight. The front wheel's off the ground. I'll have to hook the nose to pull that down. That's not too far from tipping over. I thought it was going to keep moving. Now we're loose. I better take a look at my load. I have one trying to slide off the back. I'm going to go ahead and fix that. I forgot my anchor down. You can't get far with that. I'm going to take a look at the map. We're just going to keep it next to the trees. I could have went a little bit closer to the trees. Once I get through this mess, I have a truck in the way. I might just have to move it before I get out of here. I have the OG Caterpillar up there full of fuel. I could use it to help pull this thing, but it don't have all-wheel drive either. My best option right here is just keep using the winch. If I was to run out of fuel, I could bring that thing out here and refuel it, but I wouldn't be able to pull it out with it. lot of these trees here are too breakable to winch to. I'm going to go ahead and move that Caterpillar OG. If they would let us repair our own roads, I could use this thing to haul gravel. I'm going to move this little sideboard trailer too. That trailer is good. I'm going to turn this around and park it. This is good. We just have to winch a few more feet and we'll be out of here. And I'll grab some fuel off of the Caterpillar OG. I jerked that shrub out of the ground. We got a stump now. I let go too soon. We're out of it now. Okay, let's get this thing topped off. We hit the curve a little bit fast. We lost a log. I'm just going to put 3 of these onto the loading platform, and then I'll deliver a load and come back and get the other one. That will pack. Let's get it in. We're probably just gonna have enough time to get this next load in on this video. On the next one, we'll have to figure out where to get 2 more loads of long log. I gotta keep this trailer straight enough to put logs on. I'm gonna have to straighten it better than that. That might work. Okay, let's pack it up and get it turned in.